Hello and welcome to episode 3 of Set Apart Podcast. This is the first interview / collaborative episode, and I'm
take.
here. Yeah, this is like the 5th time we're doing this because we're having some technical difficulties. But I'm here with none other than my girlfriend, Caroline. Hello.
Hey guys.
How are you? Are you excited to be on here?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of other creative things to say because if I kept saying the same things in each take, I would feel so redundant. So right now I feel like a robot. My gears are turning.
Yeah. But I'm glad you're here. So today I want to talk about girls, young ladies, because you once were, you still are a young lady. Yeah. And I want to know what's some of the biggest challenges that young women face coming up through school, coming up through, high school, college, middle school, even. What are some of those challenges that they have to face, and how do you navigate those being a follower of Jesus?
I think weirdly enough, the challenges seem like they would be the same. Like it would be the typical drugs, alcohol, whatever you do dare for. But honestly, for girls, it's more of guy-centered. Anything. You don't wear makeup. Oh, well, you're not going to be pretty enough for guys. Don't do your hair. Well, you're not going to be pretty enough for guys. Not skinny enough. Not this, that. Not attractive enough. Not well-developed enough. That, I mean, it started in middle school when I was younger. And I know now with the social media and whatever else that they have access to, it's probably worse for them. So I feel really bad for them, especially people I know that are in the middle school right now who deal with random things revolving around image and how it would be perceived by boys because they are boys when they're in middle school, and they're still boys really when they're in high school. So
yeah, how does having a firm foundation in Jesus and a relationship with God, how does that help you? And like in all these ways where you're dealing with comparison, you're dealing with popularity and peer pressure and all this other stuff. For you personally, where does having your foundation in Jesus play a role in all this? How does it help you?
I mean, a big thing you're taught when you're younger is that you're not of the world. Like, if your foundation is in anything temporary, then it's going to crumble. I can't even remember the song, but we used to sing it every day at BBS. The wise man, the foolish man, built his house on the rock, built his house on the sand. Yeah. The foolish person would build their house on the sand, and it would get washed away. And the sand, obviously, is metaphorical for anything as far as popularity, money, looks, anything that can disappear and will disappear because we can't take all that to heaven. But that, moreover, is probably the most influential thing for kids or teenagers.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think identity is a big problem when it comes to anybody younger, because you're putting your identity in things, but especially for women and for young ladies, there's this unrealistic standard set that you all have to be like look like Kim K and like I don't know. It's just like you're comparing yourself to other girls, like guys are comparing you to other girls, but like you're whatever. People were mean, and I think having that identity in Jesus, who's telling you like actually who you are and what matters, is like pivotal for everybody, but especially young girls. So since you're in college and you're a follower of Jesus, you've been through middle school and high school and now your first year of college. What's some advice that you give to other girls also, going through school and eventually, go into the real world, what would you say to someone who's maybe looking up to you or any young girl going, what's something that you tell them that are really helpful when it comes to following Jesus?
I just gave this advice the other day, because some people in my family are moving up to high school. And it's my younger cousin reminds me a lot of me when I was growing up, because we are very, which granted our moms are siblings, so they have that similar knack, but we were very true to ourselves. We did not care what the newest trend was. We don't care. I didn't, and she doesn't care what people say we should be, because I know when we were in middle school, I don't know how it was for him because he went to a private school and went to school with the same people in his class constantly, but ours changed. And even though classes changed, it was, 2020, 2018, 2019. So at the time, things like that weren't a big deal yet. Kids were still being kids. I mean, obviously, people were pulling up in their Birkenstocks, and you were like, man, I want Birkenstocks. But nowadays, she tells me about it, it is so hard to be a kid. I think it's almost harder to be a kid than a teenager, because they don't have the ability to differentiate how they should be acting when they're in 7th grade, when they're when they're posting TikToks and they have more makeup or more like Sephora skincare than I do. And they haven't had a chance to have a pimple yet because they're 5 years old. And it's like, I've had to give her the advice of literally, you are who God says you are. And if you feel like you are like displaying his love and living through him, anything positive regarding him, the best way you possibly can, acting the way you are and dressing the way you are and treating people the way you already are, then why change it? Like, I mean, and like she's went through things have happened to her that have made her question a lot of her future, because I mean, just like I looked up to my 2 older cousins, and I still do. I know she looks up to me, and so whenever you're successful in certain areas and your cousins grow up to do the same things you do and they don't get the same results, they question, okay, well, what is she doing better? And why is God blessing her more than me? But in reality, it's a whole different segue of, you're doing something that I never could do. And that's helped her come to terms with her own plan is not meant to look like mine or anybody else's. Bless her. I love her.
Yeah, she's great, and that's good for anybody to hear. Honestly, boy or girl. But we know how hard it is to be, or how hard it is to be growing up in an unhealthy environment of comparison and standards, expectations for young girls, and man, like you can throw all that out the window because like you just live by what Jesus says, and it really is so much more peaceful.
It's like you said, it can go for boys or girls either way, because statistically, I mean, there's things that men are good at that women aren't, and vice versa. He can squat a lot more than I can. I probably can read more pages than he can in a day. So, like, it looks different. Because, honestly, I've grown up in such a close-knit family. I've seen it from... And I have a brother. And I was really close with one of my guy cousins, or most of my guy cousins, and I still am growing up. It looks different, but it's the same. It's the same result. It's the same feeling of, I didn't get girl side. You want to be straight A, you want to be this, that. I didn't get captain. I didn't make this team. I didn't get the grade that I wanted. I didn't get the position that I wanted. I wasn't valedictorian, whatever. And then it's the other side of, I'm not as muscled up as other guys in my grade. I need to go to the gym more. I don't have as many girls that want me.
I want to do some rapid fire. I want to start, it's probably going to be longer than rapid fire. What's a Bible verse or like something that you tell yourself daily, something that you hold close to your heart, whether it's a Bible verse or anything else.
I'll tie together everything I said from the past 4 takes. But I mentioned in the last one, if we went biblically, as a whole, I've always loved Esther. I mean, Psalms and Proverbs, they're all beautiful books. First Peter has the be truly glad for there's wonderful joy ahead. That's on my Bible case. But we were talking about how girls, their version of cross chain, because I mean, I'm not wearing, I don't have a cross chain. I have a bracelet that says Yahweh. But our version of it is the Bible verse in your Instagram bio. And honest to goodness, I think most girls really take the time and consideration to pick out the right verse, because I know I did. And I mean, but for 7 years, my Instagram bio was John 15:18, which was, if the world hates you, know that it hated me before it hated you. That whole chapter is a good chapter as far as humility and being humble. I feel like people need to realize that being humble is one of the most important attributes of the Bible for yourself, because earlier, it has the love one another as I've loved you, greater love have no man than this, than a man lay down his life for his friends. Obviously, these can be taken as far as like being posted for Memorial Day for like the military, or you literally give up your time, your energy, your money, whatever, to help people around you, because it is your Christian duty to be selfless. But last take, I said that recently, whenever I wanted to edit my Instagram bio to be more trendy, because as all girls do, as much as we want to please God, we also like to be trendy, and I said it. So I changed it because I've grown up, and I still do, singing hymnals every time I'm at church. And I love a good hymnal. I love them. I will always love them. They're always my favorites because they're old, and something about the older 1800s Christianity, it was different. It was just different. But my bio says, life is worth living just because he lives, from Because He Lives, the hymn. And we sing that one all the time. But that one's always been my favorite, simply because there's no read between the lines. It's because he lives, I can face tomorrow, all fear is gone. He holds the future, and life is worth living just because he lives. Like it's straightforward. It's guaranteed comfort. It's a guaranteed hope for a better future, because we are not meant to live here forever. Thank goodness.
Amen. Okay, some fast stuff. Favorite food?
Pre-diseased, when I can eat anything. McDonald's number 7, plain, cheeseburger meal, 2 cheeseburgers, french fries, medium-sized, large prop, McFlurry, M&M.
Post? Celiac?
Pie Factory, cauliflower, 10-inch, 4-cheese quartet pizza, Sprite.
Nice. Okay. Favorite sport to watch or play?
Danced my entire life, so dance would be my favorite to do, / gymnastics. Gymnastics was really fun. Favorite to watch, any Tennessee sport, football or basketball, but more so basketball.
Favorite song or artist?
I struggle because my favorite artist probably is Ariana Grande. I have racked up the most listening time to her, but favorite song might go to Taylor Swift. I do love her sad albums, Folklore, Evermore, all those good things. Torture Poets Department. I don't know if it would be Fresh Out the Slammer or Loss of My Life, maybe. Let's just make it sad. Okay. Why don't I? Right. The most upbeat person, my favorite one is Loss of My Life.
Okay. All right. Finally, if you could sit down with your younger self and tell her something about following Jesus that would help her, what would you say?
I said it last time, and it's still true. That you've got to find your person. I honestly would call Paisley my soulmate. like, we are platonic soulmates. If it's JC, me and Paisley, he's the third wheel. Because, I mean, I've known Paisley since I was in 7th grade. I'm now technically a second semester sophomore in college because of prereqs and stuff. So, for as long as I've known her, though, she really is. I mean, Kelsey and Haley, my cousins, have always been my Christ-like examples and, like, close family-wise. But friend-wise, she was always close to my age, so things that were happening were probably happening to her or will happen or did happen, and we could always bounce off each other for opinions. And if I was doing something stupid, she'd call me out, rightfully so, and it was like a mutual understanding of, I know what you should be doing and you know what you should be doing, so we need to make sure we're doing that at all times. And it's never been like a negative, I'm mad because she's nitpicking me kind of thing. It's like she loves me so much that she wants me to be the best version of myself, where literally nothing negative or bad could be said about you. And I think that's probably one of the deepest forms of love, is loving someone so much that you want to make sure they literally have almost, because nobody's perfect, but almost no flaws, to where if somebody thinks of you, they're not like, oh, she's mean, oh, she's this. It's, oh, she's such a good example, oh, she's so motherly, she's so whatever. So literally just, even if it's one person, finding somebody who is just mentally on the same page as you all the time.
Yeah, it keeps you accountable with Christ and keeps you on the same page. Someone that you can grow closer with them, but also with God with.
Yeah, we've literally grown up together and grown closer with Christ together. It's insane, which both of us grew up in the church. So we already had a similar standpoint. But, I mean, I'm just a few months older than her, but totally different grades. So we've been split up twice. Sadly, 8th grade and freshman year, I had to rein her in for freshman year, and then freshman year of college and senior year of high school, the two most pivotal years of her life, we got separated, but we're linking back.
Right.
Thank goodness. She's coming to Florence.
Well, thank you. Thank you for coming on here.